Hey guys, welcome to Black Ambassadors of Change. Welcome to spring 2021 after this long COVID winter. Yay for spring. Okay, this week we have a great episode. Tell your friends, tell your family. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Black Ambassadors of Change is on. Welcome to spring. Welcome to Black Ambassadors of Change. See you soon. Guys, welcome back to the show. This week we have a nice program based on UNCF luncheon they had a couple of weeks ago, and companies such as JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and a few corporations came by to show their support. My boy Steve Diamond from JP Morgan did a nice little speech. He works with us at Black Ambassadors. So I just wanted to showcase the luncheon and showcase the positive side of corporate America, because very often we seem to showcase the negative side, and when they do something good, we give them their props, no hard feelings, guys, but we call you out also when we think you're lacking. So take a look, guys. Hope you like the little presentation. It's basically supporting scholarships for young minds of color. All right, so take a look and see you after the show.
Our presenting sponsors, Suncoast Credit Union. Our official state sponsors, AT&T, JP Morgan Chase, Publix Charities, and Wells Fargo. And our media sponsor, WFTS ABC Action News. Their generous support, along with all of you, that's what helps make a difference for deserving students nationwide. Typically, we share a meal together at this event, but this year, of course, we can't. But thanks to our friends at First Watch Restaurant and their generous support, all of our registered guests received brunch bucks. UNCF Tampa Bay is fortunate to have the support of this community, led by the mayors of both St. Petersburg and Tampa. And here are our mayors with special greetings. And immediately following our mayors, Felicia Harvey, chair of the UNCF Tampa Bay Leadership Council, will bring you greetings.
Good afternoon. I want to thank you all for joining us for this event. I wish we could all be sitting together enjoying lunch for this special occasion, and it's my hope that we'll be able to do exactly that sometime very soon. I want to thank UNCF Tampa Bay for making today possible. And to all the other elected officials who you will hear from, thank you for joining us as well. Also, a quick word of thanks to the many sponsors of this luncheon. We wouldn't be here without you. Let me also say thank you to former Governor Jeb Bush for joining us as well. Though Governor Bush and I come from different political parties, we both have a strong belief in the young people of the state and are dedicated to their success. I also want to say congratulations to Judge Peggy Quince. Judge Quince is, of course, the first Black female appointed to the Florida Supreme Court. But even more than that, she's an inspiration to me, to those joining us today, and I hope to the young people throughout the Sunshine City and the great state of Florida. She has shown us all not just what an education means, but has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that with an education, you can rise to the highest levels of public service. Thank you, Your Honor, for your exemplary service and for serving as an extraordinary example to young people everywhere. And thanks once again to you all for joining us today.
Good afternoon. This is City of Tampa Mayor Jane Castor. There's a lot I want to say about the United Negro College Fund, but I pause here to thank former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Florida, Peggy Quince, for your dedication to the people of our state. You are a model for anyone looking to achieve excellence within the legal field and life in general. As the mayor of Tampa, I'm working to transform Tampa's tomorrow so that every young person within all of our neighborhoods can find a pathway to prosperity. I support the UNCF because they too are working to transform lives for the better. In fact, UNCF has been lighting the way to a college education for more than 75 years. We are celebrating Black History Month, but this year, stories about how African American women and men fought injustice and overcame obstacles have taken on new meaning. Right now, the study of Black history offers all of us the chance to draw from the communal well of knowledge. With this knowledge, we can get over challenges while shaping tomorrow's leaders. I applaud the work of the UNCF and the generosity of all of you. because together we are enabling students throughout Tampa Bay to get the college education they need so they can in turn share their skills with the world. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our UNCF Tampa Bay Area 15th Annual Black History Month Luncheon. I'm Felicia Harvey, and I am proud to serve as the chair of the Tampa Bay Leadership Council. Each year, we gather around this time for the luncheon, and it's a wonderful time to hear a great speaker, be inspired by phenomenal students, and reconnect with friends, old and new. And while our current reality doesn't allow for us to gather in person, I am so pleased that you took time out of your schedules today to join us virtually as we raise funds to help bright students accomplish their educational goals. Thank you to Governor Jeb Bush for joining us today and coming aboard as our statewide campaign chair. It's only fitting as you served as our inaugural luncheon speaker. We appreciate your support. Congratulations to our champion of education, Justice Peggy Quince, a trailblazer and true inspiration to us all. Today's luncheon would not be possible without all of our fantastic sponsors. We thank you for your support and to everyone in attendance today. I hope you had an opportunity to attend some of our other events during this UNCF week. Events like today and our other activities are also made possible by our stellar volunteers. Most importantly, the members of the Leadership Council. I thank you for your time and effort. And if you're interested in learning more about UNCF and supporting our mission, please reach out to our phenomenal team. And speaking of that team, the UNCF office is small but mighty. Thank you for your tireless efforts. With that, I again welcome you to today's luncheon. I hope that you leave our event inspired, engaged, and eager to support our future leaders. Thank you.
In challenging times, it is so important to have the support of friends. We could not be more blessed than to have the support of all of you and the sponsors that you're going to hear from next. So please listen as they express their support for UNCF.
Good afternoon. My name is Courtney Berry, and I'm the Youth Outreach Manager at Suncoast Credit Union. I'm so excited to be here with you today. At Suncoast, we are always on the lookout to partner with organizations that align with our commitment to supporting education in the counties we serve. The United Negro College Fund's mission to build awareness of educational attainment and cultivating college-going behaviors within the African American community is one that we couldn't agree with more. We're proud to have been supporting UNCF since 2016. The Suncoast Credit Union Foundation has many of the same goals as UNCF. Ultimately, both support the children and families in our communities, and we know that our contributions help enrich lives and improve opportunities for students. As the largest credit union in Florida, serving 39 counties, we know what's important in the neighborhoods and businesses and over 900,000 members that we serve. The Suncoast Credit Union Foundation is the vehicle that we use to support the people in the communities that we serve. Since its inception in 1990, our foundation has raised and donated over $32 million to help provide a better future for the children of our community. We chose to support local higher education through the foundation because we want to contribute to the success of young people, because we know that these children are the future of our communities. So thank you for being here with me today and sharing this mission that we so proudly support.
There's been a lot of new in my life lately. New town, new job. It's all been pretty fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? Finding Suncoast Credit Union. Who knew? Anyone who lives along Florida's West Coast can bank there. I open my free Suncoast checking account online. No minimum balance. Lots of ATMs and locations. I even bank on my phone whenever, wherever. This gives me time to focus on living this new life.
Your fantastic future starts here. See what banking at Suncoast can do for you.
Hi, I'm Michelle Maynor with Wells Fargo. I'm the Community Relations Consultant for West Florida. I realize that we're all here because we care about creating a better future for students and families. Wells Fargo has a long history of support for UNCF because we understand the value of supporting organizations that provide academic achievement and facilitate access to higher education, particularly our low to moderate income families and first-generation students. Over the last 10 years, Wells Fargo has provided more than $16 million to UNCF to help create academic programs and support for students and parents across the country. This is done so that they have access to the information, tools, and resources necessary to attend college and achieve their goals. Throughout this challenging year, we also kept top of mind the importance of continuing our support for UNCF. Just during the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic, Wells Fargo provided $109,000 to UNCF to help with the Housing Insecurities Fund. This helps those students who are having challenges with housing. I'm proud of my involvement with UNCF in the West Florida region. The Advisory Council is doing an incredible job, and I'm trying to do my part to make the dream of a college education a reality for young people in the community. And through that education, doors will open for them to leave their mark in their careers and in the community. That's more fulfillment than I can ask for. Thank you all for what you're doing to support UNCF. And in turn, you're supporting the betterment of lives through opportunity. And I'm proud that Wells Fargo is doing the same. Thank you.
This is how you build a business that builds a community. This is how you turn a house into a home your children's kids can someday own. As you continue to strengthen your legacy and financial future, Wells Fargo will be by your side, helping you make it happen. This is your moment. This is how empowered becomes empowerful.
Hello, I am Steve Diamond, and on behalf of JP Morgan Chase and the Tampa UNCF Advisory Council, I would like to welcome you to the UNCF's 15th annual Tampa Bay Black History Luncheon. At JP Morgan Chase, we believe in the promise of tomorrow. Our youth and the academic institute supported by the UNCF are at the very essence of that promise. Through our collective efforts and support of the UNCF, we are able to invest in our communities, our youth, and the great colleges and universities that help them realize their potential. For that reason, I am proud to participate in this event representing JP Morgan Chase. Please enjoy the rest of the program, and thank you.
My name is Edwin Narain, and I am the Vice President of External and Legislative Affairs for AT&T here in Florida. It is my privilege to virtually bring you greetings for this year's UNCF Luncheon here in Tampa. 51 years ago, only 54% of African Americans graduated from high school. Today, that number is 92%. And 51 years ago, when it came to college graduation rates, only 9% of African Americans were graduating from college. But today, because of UNCF and your efforts, that number is 22%. But as much as UNCF has progressed, today's program should serve as a reminder that there's still a lot of work to be done, as that number is only half of the 42% of white Americans that graduate with a college degree today. We're living in unprecedented times that will definitely go down in history. And yet, we often forget that tomorrow's history is shaped by today's actors. So today, AT&T is proud to continue partnering with UNCF to recognize local heroes who have played a tremendous role in shaping the present and the future for not just African Americans, but all Floridians. 28 years ago, AT&T launched the Black History Calendar down in the South Florida market to honor those whose commitment and sacrifice greatly contributed to the welfare of South Florida residents. Well, 4 years ago, we transformed that tribute to make it a statewide honor, and I'm proud to share with you today's Tampa 2021 honorees. Today, we recognize Ms. Belinthia Berry, Community Advocate and Director of Corporate College at St. Petersburg College. Ms. Josetta Belcher Coleman, the Senior Vice President at Fifth Third Bank. Dr. Hazel Harvey, the first African American to integrate Hillsborough County Public Schools at the instructional and supervisor level. Ms. Felicia Harvey, the Corporate Affairs Lead for the Amgen Capability Center in Tampa. The Honorable Leslie Les Miller Jr., the first person to lead the Florida House and Florida Senate Democratic caucuses. The Reverend Lewis Murphy Sr., the pastor at Mount Zion Progressive Missionary Baptist Church in St. Petersburg, and the Honorable Doris Ross Reddick, the first African-American woman elected to the Hillsborough County School Board. Let's have a virtual round of applause for all of these local honorees.
Thank you to all our sponsors for your support and dedication to our students. We know that all universities and colleges have been critically impacted by COVID-19, but our HBCUs operating with small endowments to draw upon and constrained budgets feel the financial demands of this global pandemic more deeply, yet they continue to rise to the occasion to meet the needs of their students, whether it's laptops or with hand sanitizer. Leaders like Dr. E. Brent Crite, president of Bethune-Cookman University, relentlessly work to ensure that our students continue to thrive. So let us hear from him right now.
Greetings from the great Bethune-Cookman University. My name is Brent Crite, president of BCU, and it is my pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of our trustees, faculty, our staff, and our amazing students. Let me first start by acknowledging and thanking Governor Jeb Bush, who I know is coming back after almost 20 years, full circle, and giving the keynote addresses at multiple events celebrating this UNCF and state of Florida critical partnership. Can't tell you how much his leadership and support of the UNCF and the state's 4 HBCUs and Bethune-Cookman in particular mean. So thank you, Mr. Governor. Let me talk about some recent accomplishments, if I might, of Bethune-Cookman University. This iconic, historic, amazing university has had some challenges over the past year. When I came here in 2019, accreditation, financial challenges, debt structuring, reputational capital, and just the morale and goodwill surrounding the institution had, for reasons that many of us had nothing to do with, been deeply impacted. Over the last 20 plus months with an amazing board of trustees, an outstanding leadership team, and the faith and commitment of our alumni, of this community, and the state of Florida. This will be the second year in a row in which the university balances its budget. We will have survived COVID. We have successfully migrated out of probation. We've overhauled the academic structure, and we can now focus resolutely on serving the students that we love so dearly here. You know, our founder and benefactor, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, who will, of course, by the way, soon this year be recognized by the state of Florida as one of its 2 representatives in Statuary Hall in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol, stated in her last will and testament that education is the prime need of the hour. And while she may have written this in the mid-20th century, that point of view resonates deeply with us to this day. And in an economy that operates at the intersection of digital and physical technologies, in which students require additional fluencies, not just in technical skills, but in their ability to engage and network and remote and diverse platforms, to self-narrate, to effectively communicate. She was absolutely prescient in her understanding of the importance of education. And in that sense, it is a privilege and pleasure to be here at Bethune-Cookman University and to lead this outstanding institution. It is my absolute pleasure at this point to share with you 2 brief stories of a couple of our amazing students who in many ways represent the very best of HBCUs in general and of Bethune-Cookman University in particular. Thank you, the UNCF. Wish you Godspeed, safety, and good health. God bless you, and hail Wildcats.
Thank you, Dr. Crite. Bethune, by the way, is my alma mater, and I am so proud of the work that he's doing. And now, some very special guests would like you to know what your gift really means to them.
Greetings, my name is Comfort Yao. I currently attend the University of South Florida as a computer engineering major with a minor in mathematics. I am not only a first-time university student, but also I'm an immigrant. I moved here from Austria. I'm African by blood, but I was born in Austria. And I moved here not knowing a lick of English. And unfortunately, not a lot of places here in America have a community of people who speak fluent German. So it was really hard for me the first few months of moving to America as a whole. Just learning learning the language and also just learning the culture. Where I grew up at, like my neighborhood in my town had only a few Black people there. It was my family, I think another family and a neighbor, and that was it. During high school, there is so many different things that made me struggle, whether that be having to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go ride my bus to school and having a 4-hour bus ride to go to school and come home, or trying to do extracurricular activities but not being able to because there's a lack of transportation. My parents were working a lot, so I kind of felt really lonely just because I didn't get to see them that often, knowing that they were working extremely hard to make sure I had food on the table. And it was hard. So I want to help be part of teams who work on the projects and the financing, and also just the beta versions of different technologies that can help improve that experience for all of us. So many good things I can say about my UNCF experience and the scholarship. My scholarship just makes me feel secure in my degree and knowing that I'm not going to have to worry about finances when I go to get my degree. My year has been very difficult. Not only am I going to school full time, I am also working part time, technically full time because I work about 38 hours a week. And it has been really tough, both I think academically, just because it's really hard finding that balance between work and school, but also emotionally because it's just been like, I don't know how to necessarily balance my personal life and the things I like to do as enjoyment, but also making sure I'm still focusing on the things that I need to survive. So like my job and schoolwork and everything like that. One thing I would say though is that this year has really given me the opportunity to grow emotionally as a person. I think I've experienced a lot of growth over 2020 with myself and just understanding how I react to certain situations, the things that make me uncomfortable, the things that I like to do. And I'm happy to say that the relationships that I did already have, such as my friendships and my relationship with my family, have thankfully gotten closer. It's unfortunate that it happened during a pandemic, but I'm glad that it has still happened regardless. So I would just like to say thank you for being the direct cause of supporting me and helping be the reason that I'm here. And I hope that you can find it in yourself to just continue to do that and to continue helping students to create a better future for our world.
Greetings. I am Nina Bratcher, a junior majoring in English education, and I hail from the beautiful city, Orlando, Florida. Everybody has a story to tell, but everybody's story is unique in their own way. Being a first-time generation student made me feel a range of emotions because I am the first in my family to attend college. The United Negro College Funds has impacted my life by applying to their general scholarships and by attending my first conference. UNCF opens numerous scholarships for Black students to apply for. You're able to apply to as many scholarships as you want. This organization has opened doors of opportunities to grow as a person and a leader. I wouldn't know what I would do without UNCF. They are making a difference by implementing Black students to get the funds we need and making it possible for HBCU students to get their degrees. Education is the fundamental we need in order to be successful, and UNCF is making it possible to get students through college. Attending my first conference was a bit nerve-wracking, but I am blessed that I was able to attend a multi-day conference preparing students as early career professionals by providing opportunities for students to attend sessions for their career and leadership skills. Once again, thank you, United Negro College Funds, for guiding me through college. You are truly appreciated.
Is there a better reason to give to UNCF than our students here today? We are very proud of you both. Our future, we know, is in good hands. Thank you to both of you. Text now and show your support. Originally, this luncheon and the other ones across the state of Florida were called Governor's Luncheon because of our very special guest today. Here to welcome him back to our luncheon is Joe York, AT&T Market President.
Thank you for having me today. AT&T is always honored to support UNCF and participate in this annual event. While we can't break bread together this year, I'm glad to see the tradition of supporting our Florida students continue. A tradition AT&T has been supporting for nearly 20 years when we first gathered in Miami. That was my first year with the company. And if memory serves me correct, my friend Governor Bush began chairing this event in 2003. Since then, this effort has taken root. And now there are luncheons like this in 24 states and in Washington, D.C. Here in Florida, the event has generated over $2.5 million in support to our students and introduced more than 2,300 guests to UNCF. This year, the need is more important than ever, as some students have lost their ability to pay tuition because they've lost their jobs due to the pandemic, while others have lost the roofs over their head because campus housing has been reduced or closed due to COVID protocols. Your support and that of our sponsors will help move these students from crisis to stabilization. And I thank you for that commitment. I've always felt a strong connection to UNCF. You see, I was the first person in my family that was fortunate enough to attend college and graduate. I know the value and the impact that a good education can have on someone's life. Today, I am also honored to be introducing my friend that's been working hard for UNCF since we gathered in 2003, Governor Jeb Bush. When Governor Bush was first elected, Florida ranked near the bottom in education. Today, Florida ranks in the top 10 and in some cases in the top 5 for education. That is a direct result of his commitment to education reform, whether it be through his A+ plan or the Foundation for Excellence in Education. Jeb has been a champion for secondary and post-secondary education for decades. He understands the value of ensuring that our Florida students have access to high-quality education and the opportunities that will follow. Governor Bush, we are honored that you could join us here today. Welcome.
I want to thank everybody for participating in the United Negro College Fund 20th Annual Florida Leaders Lunch. 20 years ago, I was governor of the state of Florida and was asked to begin this great tradition of raising money for UNCF students that aspire to be able to fulfill their dreams. During these 20 years, we've raised $2.5 million. And I want to thank the corporate support that has been there consistently over the last 20 years for these events. And this year, the corporate support being AT&T, JP Morgan, Chase, Publix, and Wells Fargo. My guess is that there'll be significant other corporate support and individuals that realize how important UNCF is for our country's sake and for the state of Florida's sake. During these 20 years, these events have been hosted by a bipartisan group of people. This is in a very hyper-political environment that exists today. It's great to see that Democrats and Republicans, political leaders, have converged on this idea of helping in a private sector way, helping students that otherwise would not be able to get a shot to go to college. I want to thank Governor Christ, Senator Bill Nelson, Senator Marco Rubio, Lieutenant Governor Kottkamp for being hosts over these 20 years of this really important event. Why is this important? Well, it's important from a policy point of view because literally millions and millions of people who want to improve their life, to be able to rise up, who have the desire to do so, who have the skills to do so, who have the dogged determination to do so, but don't have the skills necessary to be able to match their desires to rise up. There are 6 million jobs that are unfilled because they require skills that people don't have. So what's the solution to this? The solution is to make sure that every person in this country that has a desire to improve their lot in life have the God-given, and they have the God-given ability to do so, have the skills to do so, and a 4-year degree is essential. Even today, it is still essential for many people to be able to begin the process of raising a family and making a contribution in their communities. So to me, this is, in terms of equity issues, in terms of justice issues, this is perhaps the most important. If our country could figure out how we could make sure that young people graduate from high school, college ready and career ready, which should be the aspiration of our K-12 system. And Florida's made great strides in that regard for sure. And then on top of that, make sure that everybody, irrespective of the income that they have or don't have, can be able to work hard to get a 4-year degree and perhaps even more. That to me is perhaps the single biggest thing that we can do to be successful as a nation. And if we do it in Florida, my hope and prayer would be that other states would follow suit, that we would leverage the resources of state and local governments along with our federal government to make sure we transform our higher education system to make sure that young people that want to get a 4-year degree can do so without having huge debts on their backs and can do so in 4 years. It matters also on a personal level, if you think about it. Think about the examples of great success stories that have taken advantage of these 4-year scholarships that come from the United Negro College Fund. For example, Olivia Smith is used the UNCF scholarships to graduate in 4 years and now is pursuing her dream, which is to be a veterinarian by going to one of the great veterinarian schools actually in the United States, the University of Florida School of Veterinary Medicine. Or Eamon Smith, who received UNCF support, graduated from Jacksonville University in Jacksonville, Florida, with a passion for aviation, and he got a degree in science of aviation management, and now is completing his training to be an aviator in the United States Navy. Those examples are replicated by scores and hundreds and literally thousands across the country of students that have benefited from the United Negro College Fund support. I hope that everybody will show their heart, open up their checkbooks, and provide support for this year's luncheon, the 3 luncheons that will take place across the state of Florida. God bless you all. I hope that this virtual luncheon will be of great success. Take care.
For 77 years, UNCF has worked to ensure that our HBCUs have the resources they require to be strong institutions, that our students get the education they need to have careers that will position them in the middle class, that their lives are enriched, and that they are prepared for leadership. Over the last 7 decades, we have raised over $5 billion and helped over 500,000 students earn college degrees. Throughout our 77 years, we have been blessed to have powerful, deep-rooted partnerships with communities all across our great nation. For that entire time, the state of Florida has been our partner not only in supporting UNCF, but also our Florida member HBCUs, Bethune-Cookman University, Edward Waters College, and Florida Memorial University. In 2003, Governor Bush founded this event with UNCF to build statewide support for UNCF and our member HBCUs. In addition, Governor Bush served as Florida chairman and keynote speaker from 2003 to 2007 for UNCF's luncheons that were held in Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and Orlando. UNCF's partnership with the Bush family goes back to our founding. Senator Prescott Bush, Jeb Bush's grandfather, chaired UNCF's Connecticut campaign. His father, President George Herbert Walker Bush, while an undergraduate at Yale University, led a campus-wide campaign to build support for UNCF. His father also teamed up with President Clinton to lead a campaign to help Gulf Coast HBCUs and their students deal with the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. And his uncle, Jonathan Bush, was a longtime UNCF board member, chaired the UNCF board, led a UNCF capital campaign, and chaired the search committee 17 years ago, which selected me as the CEO of UNCF. In addition, his brother, George W. Bush, appointed me to his board of advisors on historically Black colleges and universities and to the founding board of the National Museum of African American History and Culture Plan for Action Presidential Commission. The Bush family's national impact on the growth of UNCF has been profound. And in Florida alone, these luncheons have welcomed more than 1,370 guests and generated more than $2.5 million to support UNCF, our member HBCUs, and their deserving students. And over the past 20 years, this fundraising tradition has grown. And we have been honored with the support of other Florida officials, including Governor Charlie Crist, Senators Bill Nelson and Marco Rubio, and Lieutenant Governor Jeff Koltkamp. The growth and success of these events could not have happened without our volunteers and corporate statewide sponsors, AT&T, JP Morgan Chase, public, supermarkets, charities, and Wells Fargo. 2020 has been a year like no other in our 7-decade history. The COVID pandemic and the surge of renewed racism, inequality, and inequity have made this a year like no other. And honestly, I thought that UNCF and some of our HBCUs would be permanently damaged by the challenges. But across our country, hundreds of thousands of donors, allies, and champions stepped up to ensure that our HBCUs and our students would have much needed support, because we all share a profound belief, namely that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Thank you.
Thank you again, Governor Bush, for committing to UNCF and the children of Florida so many years ago. Dr. Lomax, we are so honored to have you join us today and share those amazing connections between UNCF and the entire Bush family. It is often said that there are 6 degrees of separation, but today I think we're a whole lot closer to that, meaning that we are all connected. The support that you give today connects you to the next generations of leaders and also change makers. Our champion of education is a change maker who has impacted the lives of Floridians through her dedication to our community. Today's presenting sponsor, Suncoast Credit Union, is well known, of course, in Tampa Bay for supporting our community. And this afternoon, representing Suncoast is Troy Simmons, who will introduce the 2021 UNCF Champion of Education, followed by Gwen Hewitt, Area Development Director, who will make a special presentation.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Troy Simmons, Service Center Manager of the Suncoast Credit Union down in North Fort Myers, Florida. Today, I have the privilege of introducing our champion of education, the Honorable Justice Peggy Ann Quince. For her commitment and service to the law and community, UNCF is proud to honor her today. The Honorable Peggy Quince became the first African-American woman to head any branch of Florida government when she became the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Florida in 2008. After serving over 21 million Floridians in both the Attorney General's office and the judiciary, Justice Quince retired from the Florida Supreme Court on January 7, 2019. Justice Peggy is a member of Gamma Theta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Although you had aspirations to become an actor in your early childhood, over the last 25 years, you created your own movie. You were able to direct, choose the script, and the cast of your movie. Thank you for setting the bar high. Thank you for showing us that there is more for us to accomplish. Thank you for having us reach outside of our comfort zone, because for you to become the first African-American woman to head any branch of Florida government, that speaks volumes. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring the Honorable Justice Peggy Ann Quince.
Thank you, United Negro College Fund, for this great honor. It is with a sense of gratitude and humility that I accept this award from you. It is a special honor to be recognized by an organization that has had such a profound impact on the lives of so many young people, and that will change lives for generations to come. I am honored to join the ranks of those who have received this award in the past. This year will mark 77 years that United Negro College Fund has funded scholarships for so many deserving young people, many of whom are first generation in their families to go to college. The United Negro College Fund knows what a man from Virginia, by way of North Carolina, taught me. This man was not educated. He had only officially finished the 6th grade, but he was well read and would read the newspaper every day before he started work at the Norfolk Naval Base. This man was a single father of 5 children, and this was unusual for the 1950s. He was from a large family, and some of his siblings offered to raise some of his children. This gentleman said, "No, these are my children, and they should all grow up together." And grow up together they did. They lived in a rural area of Virginia, and often in that area, children were taken out of school during harvesting and planting seasons to work the fields to get additional money for their families. This man would not let his children skip school for any reason. In fact, if you said you were sick and could not go to school, you had to stay in bed all day. And believe me, that was no fun. His favorite expression was, "Going to school is your job." There was no TV unless you had finished your homework, and you went to bed at 8:30 p.m. on weekdays. The only excuse for a late bedtime was additional homework or studying for a test. For you see, my father understood that the only way to get beyond working in the fields or doing other manual labor was through education. And of his 5 children, 4 went on to college, 3 obtained bachelor's degrees, and 1 of the 3 went to law school and obtained a Juris Doctor degree. My siblings and I were the first generation in our family to attend college. And of course, our children have now attended college and are in the medical field, the legal field, and in business areas. All of us attended HBCUs. 3 attended Norfolk State College in Norfolk, Virginia, and I attended Howard University in Washington, D.C. I would not exchange my time at Howard for anything. And I dare say my siblings feel the same way about Norfolk State. I was nurtured at Howard and developed pride in being a Black woman. I would not have had that kind of experience that other than at an HBCU. After my Howard experience, I decided to go to law school and attended the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. Law school helped me to better understand my rights and our rights as citizens and prepared me to get involved with matters of social justice and equality at all levels. I encourage all of you in attendance today to support our students, invest in their education, and give generously to our HBCUs. These schools do not enjoy the luxury of large endowments or wealthy alumni. It is through donations from as many of us as possible that these schools can still operate and give talented young people opportunities to grasp more of the American dream. They deserve no less from us. Again, I thank you for this most prestigious honor and ask you to please support our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Quince, for those very inspiring words. It is my honor and pleasure to present to you this award, created by Florida resident and internationally acclaimed artist, George Gatson. This is just a picture, but the real one will arrive on your doorstep shortly. Thank you to our awesome MC, ABC News anchor, Dia Riley. Dia joins us every year and makes this luncheon what it is. So very special. Thank you, Dia. Thank you to the UNCF staff, Paul Glorison and Jasmine Barnes. This year, we had to get very creative, but we made it happen. Thank you to my awesome Tampa Bay Leadership Council. These individuals work tirelessly throughout the year to support UNC efforts in the Tampa community. Our luncheon chair, Andrew Hall, and of course, the council led by Felicia Harvey.
Congratulations, Judge Quince, my Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority sister. And get this, Governor Bush appointed Judge Quince to the Florida State Supreme Court. 2 more connections right there. Told you, we are more connected than you think. Well, supporting UNCF students in schools is the mission of UNCF, and it's also why we are all here today. What you may not know is that in addition to Governor Bush, who served as this luncheon campaign chair, and AT&T, the initial sponsor for the luncheon, the man who had the vision of the Florida Governor's Luncheon, Maurice Jenkins, Senior Executive Vice President of Development for UNCF, is here, and he is our next speaker.
In 2003, UNCF launched off its first Governor's Luncheon under the leadership of Governor Jeb Bush. Since then, the luncheons have had a significant impact on UNCF in the fundraising in the state of Florida. They have continued to this day, not only in Florida, but they have expanded to over all the major cities, markets in UNCF across the United States. We are extremely grateful to Governor Bush for continuing to be a consistent advocate for HBCUs in Florida and around. We are proud of the response of the Tampa community this past year in stepping up to support our member HBCUs and our students. Your commitment to our mission has made a tremendous difference And we are profoundly grateful for your generosity and support of the Tampa's luncheon virtually. This past year, we have experienced unprecedented circumstances, and our schools and students face many unpredictable challenges. However, UNC has been blessed to receive an extraordinary support from our friends and Floridians like you to help sustain our HBCUs and our students during this pandemic. UNCF is proud to partner with our member institution, Bethune-Cookman University, under the leadership of President Kraft. Leadership and our students are gathering together to band together to make a difference. And we are so excited because they will become productive citizens and leaders in Florida and throughout the USA. Thank you to all the supporters that support Bethune-Cookman University and for helping us to ensure UNCF member colleges and universities continue to create better futures for our students. Finally, let me thank you to each of you for participating in today's virtual Tampa luncheon, and to thank you again for believing as we do that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Maurice. On behalf of UNCF, its member schools, and the thousands of students it supports, thank you for joining us virtually today. It has been my pleasure to serve as your MC. I pray that we'll all be together in the same room next year, but until then, please stay safe. Also, it's not too late to donate. You can still text UNCF 36 and your pledge amount to 41444. You can also donate online at uncf.org/Orlando. Remember, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in.
Every voice unseen. guys. Hope you enjoyed the show today, and you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I need you guys to really share the vlogs, guys. We need to get the subscriber membership up. Let's share the vlog, guys. If you like the episodes, share the vlog. If you have suggestions or comments, please feel free to post and say what you would like to see or how we could better improve the show. All right, guys. See you next week. Take care.